Seeing beyond, living transformed is a spiritual crossing of the threshold to the world of being a truly expanded human being. Join mediums Cheryl and Kelley for conversations about discovering deep spirituality, developing your intuitive and empathic skills, and personal mediumship. Each episode will focus on tips, tools, and techniques to help you understand and expand your own inner gifts and life journey. You can call in each week to receive spiritual guidance, personal readings, and we'll answer your questions. We'll talk with luminary experts on meditations, the afterlife, energy healing, past lives, and much more. Join our Seeing Beyond spiritual community to learn more about expanding your mind, body, and soul, and have fun on your journey to empowered transformation.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show tonight. We want to welcome everyone to Seeing Beyond Living Transformed. Lauri, I think we need to begin the show with a namaste. How's that? We need to just welcome everyone to our show tonight because our show is all about Zen. And it's about, how to remain grounded or how to get grounded, during these energy times where, the energy can be overwhelming for some of us. But at first, before we get into our topic, I do want to welcome our co-host this evening. We have a special co-host tonight, Lauri Albert. Hi, Lauri. How are you?
I'm doing great. Even with all of this crazy, weird kind of energy this week, I'm doing so good. So thank
you. So great that you're here. And of course, everyone, we have our lovely co-host behind the scenes. We have Brianna. So we want to do a shout out to Brianna, who makes us look good on screen and helps us, with these questions and posting comments for us. So thank you so much, Brianna, for being with us. Yay. And we're also on Instagram Live tonight. So I think we're going to be good. We're on Instagram Live. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We're looking wonderful this evening. Yay. And as everyone's logging on to watch the show tonight, we just want to mention again that our topic for this evening, it's called Finding Your Zen, Mastering the Art of Grounding and Joy. And we really are going to be doing some readings in just a little bit. So stay with us for that. But first, we want to talk about grounding and the energy and what is it about Zen? Like, what do you do to practice your Zen, Lauri? Or what should we even define Zen as to people who may be hearing it for the first time?
That is so funny because I was literally just thinking, right as you were talking, I'm thinking, wonder what the actual definition of Zen is. It's probably different to everybody though, don't you think?
Yeah.
But for me, it's just finding that place deep within where I feel absolute peace, and it's like, but it's deep within. It's not just like on the surface. Oh, I feel peaceful today. No, it's that deep, feeling. I think that's how I would describe Zen as far as I'm concerned. I don't know about you guys.
It's like finding the inner peace. I agree, within the self, no matter what's happening around you, as long as you're having that awareness of self and that, you can breathe and be centered in your beingness, then you can kind of handle everything around you.
Yeah. And I think because in Buddhism, they talk so much about being in the moment, being in the present moment. I kind of feel like that. That's part of it. Like that's part of finding your own personal Zen, like actually sitting in the present moment more. Like before we went live, I was sitting in here all by myself and I opened the window and it was raining.
Ooh,
and I was like,
I love the rain.
This sound, because, living in Southern California, yes, we've been getting a lot of rain this year, but not, so I'm trying to appreciate every single moment that it rains, but
I know.
I was just appreciating like hearing the drops and then it stopped. Sorry, I'm giving you all the visual, right? It
I love it.
But I could still hear the drip. And I thought,
oh, yum.
That's a part of Zen. That is Zen.
That is
Zen. Appreciate those little things. So
I love it. And for everyone logging on for this evening, if you have any questions about how to get grounded or really share with us how you share your centeredness, or what do you do in the morning or in the afternoon? Even, do you exercise? Do you meditate? How is it that you're grounding? We'd love to hear from all of you. You're welcome to make comments in our comments section, or you can send questions to questions@seeingbeyondradio.com. Okay. And as I mentioned, we'll be doing readings at the bottom of the hour. We'll start letting you know when it's time to typing in those questions for us. And I have a medium, Lauri Albert, with me, who actually, Lauri, you're a meditation teacher. So probably you are more Zen than a lot of people, right? You
Not
probably,
necessarily.
this is your Zen practice.
You know what? I would love to say I am as Zen as it gets, and I'm just not. I think practice, again, like you're saying, and it's practice. It's practice in being in that present moment, or allowing yourself to find that sort of sweet spot of peace deep within your soul, like soul peace. I mean, that's, I think, different than like, I feel really good today, I feel really happy. That's different than feeling the peace and the Zen within, so I think that, yeah, I mean, I get there as much as I can, but I'm not that way. I'm a bundle of nerves all the time.
Let me just read you a comment.
Oh, sorry.
I'll read you a comment on Instagram. Sorry. Shanrick09. I'm going to post the comment. Let's just see if I can post it here. Says, I listen to Peloton meditations.
My gosh.
So Peloton
Really?
meditations, I didn't know they had them, but I really need to do it more often. Yeah, than I have been. That's okay. Once in a while is perfectly fine too.
Yeah. I am shocked that Peloton has meditation, and that's very interesting. Oh, see, there you go.
But I do want to say, whenever I'm feeling unbalanced, or whenever I feel overwhelmed, I guess I do come back to my breath, Lauri. I always try to take a moment and really just do a self check-in. And that's what I recommend for people. I do a self check-in. How am I? Have I eaten? Am I breathing? Am I breathing all the way down to my belly? Are my shoulders relaxed? Like, am I standing? Are my feet on the ground? Right? It's like this self check-in with me to see, how am I doing? And am I perceiving the overwhelm around me? Like, maybe it's something happening around me, or is it really my own, or coming through me, and how it's affecting me. And if it's somebody around me, or, what I do is I send love. I just send love. I start breathing in and breathing out, right? The power of love. Yeah.
That's what it always comes back to, doesn't it? Don't you think? It kind of like, it always ends up, like everything kind of always ends up coming back to the power of love. I know that sounds like a Huey Lewis song, but it does. It always kind of comes back to love. And if you're in an argument with somebody, send them love. If you're having road rage, if somebody's on the road, just send them love,
Oh God. Yeah. Yeah. Road rage is a lot to deal with. That's a kicker right there.
Yeah.
And there's so much energy. Yeah. There's so much energy out there, but a lot of it is, it's like it's neutral. So from what I've learned, or how I try to experience life, is that really everything is neutral, and it's what we give our attention to, right? That we can create it to make it worse or make it better than it is.
Yes.
If I'm feeling angry, so to speak, I'm feeling angry. Is it I'm feeling it just for a moment, and how can I get back to being centered? And am I really angry at the thing I think I'm mad at? That's because we're never really, the Course in Miracles would say, you're never really angry at the thing you think you are. It's always something else. It's underneath, or it's more than. So it just seems to be true. It seems to be true. So when I come back to my breath, I come back to my check-in, so to speak, I can pretty much get back to centered for myself. Yeah. What do you do? Do you meditate? Do you walk I know you have I know you used to have a dog. Do you spend
Yeah, I
time?
had 2 dogs and they're not with us anymore.
Oh,
I'm living in an animal free
free
house
area?
right now. So yeah, but
Oh,
you know,
boy.
yeah, I used to be able to walk the dogs and that would give me some, just getting out. That's like a grounding thing for me. Going for a walk,
Yeah.
that is truly grounding for me. But the way I find, my zen or my peace or whatever is honestly, I hate to say it, but I force myself some days to meditate. Like it's a job.
Mhm,
You know,
mhm,
it's a job to meditate sometimes,
mhm,
because so much is going on in our lives and there's so
mhm,
much
mhm.
happening. But sometimes it's really easy. So for me, I'll do that morning first meditation of and as my meditation teacher, David G, he says, RPM. Have I ever told you this, Cheryl?
No, no.
He always taught us RPM, and we're always like, "Ooh!" The first time we heard that, we were like, "Ooh, what are you talking about?" And this is what he would say: "Okay, this is what you do. You rise, you pee, and then you meditate." I was like, "Of course, you know."
Of
But
course.
what's interesting about that is that if you wake up and your consciousness where you are is at such a relaxed state. So it's
Yeah.
really easy when
Mhm,
you first wake up to sort of
mhm,
obtain that
mhm,
that zen, that peace. Um, However, I usually can only meditate for like 5 or 10 minutes first thing in the
mhm,
morning. And then later on, I'll
mhm.
continue and I'll go in. And ironically, if I have caffeine, I tend to go deeper in meditation. Isn't that funny? You'd think
That
it would be the
is.
opposite.
I would think that.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Um,
really,
I would think that, really.
yeah.
I guess it
I know.
relaxes you or something.
I don't
Interesting.
know. Well, I don't know, to be
Yeah,
honest. I mean, I could
good for
theorize
you.
about that. Just
So
don't know.
so everyone's being we love all your comments. We're going to post some of these. Let me just read these because then I'm going to tell you about something I did. But Maureen says, "Hi, Maureen. Thanks for being on our show today. And for everyone, our Facebook, I think, is a little techie sensitive tonight, but thanks for joining us on YouTube and Instagram, of course." But Maureen says, "I find my zen or balance when I am in nature, walking near a creek, lake, or in the woods. I will go barefoot, feel the ground or grass, allowing the sun's warm rays to wash away my frustrations."
Oh,
And
beautiful.
isn't that lovely? I love this comment, Maureen. And I know Lauri and I are agreeing with you that first thing we do is get out and get some sunshine, get out and get some fresh air. It really does bring you back to like ground zero, it brings you back down to the here and now and to the present moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
So happy that you shared that with us. And one more, Gabby. Gabby says, "Dancing helps me ground." Yay.
Gabby, you're like a girl after my heart. I
We
love
need to
that.
do more of
That's
that.
great.
We need to do more of that.
Yeah, definitely. I have a question on here. Is
Okay.
meditation, this is from Trish on my Instagram. She says, is meditation what helps you to connect to spirit? Do you want to answer that? You can answer
No,
that first.
you're my co-host guest. I am
Okay.
leaving this to
You're
you,
so
Laura.
sweet. Well, as far as what I believe, now I'm just one person, so there's probably several different ways, but there are two types of meditation. One to help you find the peace, but then there's the other one where we open up our chakras and we get ready to do the work of spirit. So that's what that's about, Trish. Okay. So I hope that makes
I love it.
sense.
I love it. So thank you for posting and thanks for being with us, Trish, tonight on the show. And great question. Believe me, meditation, for people who don't do meditation, they always wonder, is it okay to be thinking during meditation? Is it okay that I have thoughts during meditation? Is it okay to not feel anything in meditation? And the answer is always yes. It all is normal and natural, and it is still absolutely meditation,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know? I do
Yeah.
encourage people to, when they meditate, to, if they don't know what to do, either have a mantra, like a word. I'll use the word love, for example, and just repeat that sometimes. Or I would encourage people to listen to the breath or follow the breath, right? Focus on the in breath and the out breath, and just do that a few times. And really, it will take you somewhere. It will take you wherever it's supposed to take you. And
Yeah.
if you get distracted with thoughts for the day, that's perfectly okay. Just when you remember, when you can, think of it, or bring yourself back to the breath, bring yourself back to the mantra, and then continue on.
Yeah, absolutely. And I have a little secret trick up my sleeve about meditation if this might help somebody. Um so sometimes we don't have time to meditate. Sometimes we'll be like we're getting ready to go into that big meeting at work, or and you need to calm yourself down, or you're getting ready to go on a date or something, and you don't have that few moments, that 10 minutes or half an hour or whatever to meditate. It's called the 16-second meditation.
Okay.
Okay. So basically, what you do is you close your eyes, you breathe in to the count of 4, you hold your breath to the count of 4, you release to the count of 4, and then you hold it again to the count of 4.
Mm,
So in
mm,
16 seconds,
mm,
you've meditated.
mhm.
So, and you will be shocked at how that works. Because when you focus, like you were just talking about focusing on your breath, when you focus on your breath, that in itself, even if you're not sitting, with the hand mudras and all the stuff, when you're focusing on your breath, that's a form of meditation as well. So yeah, I
Love
like
that.
to I like
That
to
is,
share that because a lot of
yeah,
people say, "Oh, I can't meditate. I've tried," but you can. So
yeah. That is a great exercise, Lori. Thanks for sharing your tips with us.
yeah, for
So
sure.
this, if I can just say, this morning and the last few mornings, I've been doing yoga in the morning. And that
Nice.
seems, I know, it just kind of occurred to me one day that I should maybe try yoga in the morning, because I kind of do it in the afternoon sometimes, but in the morning, because I usually don't do anything that in the first thing in the morning other than sit and meditate. But I thought, no, I'm going to try a body meditation, so to speak, or a moving meditation, a
Yeah,
stretching meditation. I really got a lot out of it, just to
really.
tell you. It's a great way to wake up in the morning. It's like, stretching and bringing in more oxygen into your body at the same
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
feeling yourself like becoming empowered or growing. Yeah.
Yeah. And how long did you do that for?
Well, I mean, I try to do it for 20 minutes if I can. I'm just trying to get the swing of things. Like, I do it until I guess, it's
Yeah.
no time limit on it. But yeah,
Right.
it's been really a shift for me, I think. Yeah.
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 Awesome. That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, I know.
And it wakes up your organs. I mean,
Mhm.
it does so much. It's not just about the breath or about the sitting in silence. I mean, that's what, because yoga isn't just about the movements. It's about all of
Mhm.
it. All of
Mhm.
it. So yeah, I could get into a whole thing about that.
And, yeah, of course, of course, and I just wanna encourage people to, we do get wrapped up, as you mentioned, Lori, in social media or our computers, our work, the television, the newspaper, what have you, the radio, and we don't think about ourselves sometimes, and it's nice to set that time aside to dedicate to ourself, to our soul, to our spirit.
Yeah.
So, really, it is about, like, honoring and really the humility and being humble, right?
Yeah.
Being humble with all of this. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? When you allow yourself to sit and do all that, what ends up happening is that you become more present to your
Oh my
life in
gosh.
general,
Wow.
just like everything, every aspect to your life, your job, being more present in conversations, looking people in the eye, you
Mhm.
know, it's so important yeah.
I
So
love it, and I'm hearing what you're saying, and I think you just nailed it too. I'm looking at my Instagram, and Love Power the band says, if Brianna can post it for us, says, this is for you, Lauri, and about coffee. It says, and the Buddhist monks used caffeine. It clears the inertia and lets you sit. Yeah, it clears things, right?
Yeah,
That
I
makes
can
sense,
understand
right?
that.
You
Yeah,
know, it
that
kind of
makes
clears
sense.
things. It does have
Yeah.
have that effect.
Actually, what's been happening lately, I stopped drinking coffee.
Yeah,
Imagine that. I mean,
it's
I
big.
used to love my coffee, but I stopped drinking it, and I'm gonna sneeze. Oh my
Bless
gosh, I'm
you.
so sorry.
That's
There's
okay.
no way to mute that fast enough. Sorry. Um,
That's okay.
but what I ended up doing was I ended up it I don't get as racy whenever I
Mhm,
drink caffeine in a different way, as in a form of like vitamins and that sort of stuff. So it's
mm.
really interesting that caffeine itself is great. Like I'm more focused in my meditation to relax. So that's what that's about. So
It's
yeah,
so interesting.
the Buddhist
And
monks,
it's
I agree.
interesting to hear you cut caffeine, because I recently cut out caffeine too, so
Well,
it's
I didn't
interesting.
cut caffeine out. I cut
Oh,
out coffee.
coffee. Okay. I
Difference
think
there.
I cut out caffeine.
Yeah, no. Did you cut out caffeine?
Yeah, which to me is coffee, but
Yeah.
I guess there's other ways to get caffeine. You could do I have green tea that has caffeine in it, and
Yeah.
I just do a little bit of that, but I think
Yeah.
for me it was more. Yeah, but it is more. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I feel better. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
I still take a sip now and then, but am certainly I'm certainly on this health kick, I think, just trying to work with nutrition and,
Yeah.
for now, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Nothing
I
against
have
coffee. Yeah.
a comment on here. Katie says, I love coffee, but it makes me anxious and agitated, even in
Mm,
small amounts. And that's
mm,
the thing. When you get to know your body,
mhm.
you know, I didn't realize that you could see that. I didn't
Well
realize that you could see that, Brianna. Just
yeah, I
so
guess Brianna can see your feed there, Lauri, and she
I didn't
posted it
realize
for
that Brianna could see my feed. So yay.
thank you, Brianna.
Yeah, thanks, Brianna.
And
So
thanks for joining the show, Katie28B.
yeah.
Yeah, I think a little bit of anything is okay. A little coffee, is fine. I think for me, it was just cutting it down tremendously or what have
Yeah.
you. It's just changing a habit to, it's just changing it for a little while
Yeah.
to see how I feel.
Yeah, absolutely. Your body gets tired of doing the same thing all the time, you
Yeah.
know?
Or,
And one of
mhm.
yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. No.
I was gonna say one of the things I learned is that sometimes if you drink, like, let's just use the example of coffee. If you drink coffee every day, every day, every day, your body then
Yeah.
sort of becomes allergic to it,
Mm,
can become like allergic to it after a while. So it's good. And that's why I take vitamins and stuff. I take all my
mhm.
supplements and all that stuff. But I stop taking it periodically because it's not it's just so to give my body just like a reboot
I,
or
I'm
something.
doing the same thing, Lori. It's
Yeah.
amazing
Oh
that
my
we're both
gosh.
doing it and we didn't even talk about it or anything. I think
No,
that's
we didn't. That's so funny.
synchronicity. Yeah.
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 We were supposed to talk about this tonight.
Yeah. Yeah. For everyone. And so look, let's do some readings coming up here because we're coming up on the half hour. We want to share with everyone that you have two amazing mediums, psychics, intuitives here. We will do our best for you to do readings for you tonight. These are mini readings. This is on live, social media. So it's not a full length reading. But if you would like to schedule, I know Lori does private readings, right? Lori, you do private readings on
Mhm.
Zoom or by phone. I think, yes.
Yes. Yes, I do. I do it. Well, I do them at Zoom basically. I mean, it's the age of Zoom lately, right? So
Isn't it?
I do readings live on Zoom. I also I do I have I've reformulated my empowerment coaching. So basically I do an empowerment coaching which is like to help you grow spiritually, but I also um do like one-on-one mediumship development psychic development coaching as well. So I've reimagined that. And everything I do now, I don't know about you, but every single thing I do now is on Zoom.
Yes,
So
pretty
yeah,
much Zoom and by phone.
yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
I'm doing my Zoom and phone mostly.
Yeah.
And so for anyone, yeah, if you have a question for us to do a reading, Lauri was just mentioning she's doing coaching and mentoring on intuition and mediumship. And, like tomorrow, I'm teaching this energy transformation session, which I do
Ooh,
monthly, Lauri. And that's why I love tonight's topic, just to tell you. When I saw tonight's topic about Zen and grounded in joy, it's exactly what I teach in my energy transformation sessions. We go into a little bit more depth, it comes with the meditation and a little bit of homework, but it is about getting to know the self, right? Getting to know your energy field and getting to know what that feels like and what to
yeah,
do with it.
absolutely.
So,
And is that once a month on what is it, Thursday?
yeah, it's the first Thursday of every month. So
Oh, that's
tomorrow is our first Thursday. And then I do check in a little bit later in the month with everyone with the meditation. And for some people who sign up for the annual membership, I do a remote energy healing. And that's amazing in itself, the energy healing.
oh,
Because
that's cool.
energy healing can also be about opening up your intuition or
Yeah.
opening up to higher guidance, right?
Absolutely.
You can always just ask for that too, which is huge. Everybody's awakening right now. It's so exciting. It's been exciting these last few years, right? With everyone just there are lights, so many lights are coming on and great questions from everyone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And it's really exciting. Like I have I have a development circle coming up for beginners and intermediates coming up.
Oh,
And
good.
there is nothing more exciting to me than watching people who have no idea what they're doing and they come in and they get something and that light bulb goes off and you can see it in their eyes, right? You know
Oh,
what I'm talking about, right? I mean,
I
it's so
know.
extraordinary watching people enjoy, just like
Mhm.
in joy, not enjoy, but like in joy and true excitement that, you know, they can trust their intuition, so it's really cool.
It's like they didn't know they had it in them, you know? They
Yeah.
did, and then what you do is you help nurture and bring that out,
Yeah.
and then
It's
help recognize that in them. I love that, Lauri, that you're doing that.
Yeah, and it's the perfect sort of, in my head, perfect compliment to what you do once a
Mhm.
month on the
Mhm.
thing, so that's great,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
thank you, and we'll talk a little bit more about our events, but I did wanna just share with people that we're gonna start our readings now, and we would love it if you would write. We'll be looking on our YouTube and Instagram. I mean, Lauri can see hers, I can see mine, Brianna backstage can see all of our, comments coming through, so she'll help us. But let us know if you have a question about yourself or, uh something around your energy field or something around your comments. We'd love to do some readings for you. And then we'll go on and we'll talk a little bit more about our events.
Cool.
So, can I take a question? Just because I
Oh,
saw one come up. And Lauri, I'm going to post it if you can help me, Brianna. It's from D. Um, Escorsorio, I believe. It says, my father-in-law recently passed, and my husband keeps getting signals that I believe are from him, mostly
oh,
electronic signals. Could this be? And, I wanna say I think it's so lucky. Thank you so much for your question, number 1, D. I think it's so wonderful that your husband is open to getting signs. I mean, that's just amazing, and and that, he's recognizing the signs to be from his father, and I would absolutely say, yes, those are from your father-in-law.
yeah.
And I would even feel that there must be so much joy in the house or so much gratitude in the house that you're in when you do receive these signs, to ask for more signs, ask for more ways that he can show through the radio or through other electronics, like lights flashing. They can come through as a message in a song, right? Maybe there's a phrase in the song that would be important for you to hear right now, or that would be something that they would say as well. Definitely, they can come through all types, even setting an alarm off, or even I worked with someone whose grandfather clock on the wall kept chiming. It's that type of thing. Like,
That's awesome.
yeah, it's almost like it never worked, and then now it won't stop working since their loved one passed. So it's fun because they want you to get the signs. They want you to say, yes, we know it's from you. Do you want to add anything to that, Lauri?
I do. So Dee, oh my gosh, I feel like that your father-in-law is a little bit of a jokester. And I feel like that he is having, it's like it's like he's a child again on the other side. He's having so much fun playing around with you guys. So keep it light. I guess the point of that is like, keep it light, enjoy it. When it happens, go, okay, I know you're here, but keep it light because that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to lighten it. So
Mm.
that's what I'm getting about that, and look for, anything. I mean, all types of weird symbols. I have a friend who, a medium friend who, she was like, I don't know, am I getting messages? Or, what can I do to, and what can I do? Like, what's this message, that you can send to me? So she said, okay, all right, so send me a penny. Okay. Cause that was her thing with the I think it was grandfather or something.
Mhm.
And all of a sudden she starts seeing pennies everywhere. Now we do see pennies periodically, right? But
Right.
she started seeing them everywhere. And then one day her son brought her a penny and said, I'm supposed to show this to you.
Oh,
And it was like so exciting to watch, to hear the story. So you never know.
thanks,
I
Dee. Thanks for your question. Really good, Lauri. That was really great. I'm so glad she's on the call with us tonight, Dee. It just felt so appropriate. So, Lauri, where are you being drawn to on your audience list
Well,
or your listeners? Where are you being drawn to?
yes. I have wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Mm,
It was back
mhm.
up here. Okay. I have some big this is from Hill. Okay. Hi Hill. I love it. I have some big life changes coming up and I'm wondering what is coming up for me on that. I'd especially love to know what my grandparents think if that comes through.
Mhm.
So I'm loving that. I'm loving that. I really feel like that I'm supposed to pull a card for you, Hill. Just let me sort of get the energy straight on there. So Hill, the card that I'm getting right off the bat. Oh my gosh.
I was
And
able
this
to
is
post it on the screen.
oh yay. I
Yay.
don't know how that is. That's so interesting. Because says in big letters, it says can't post comments to Instagram.
Okay.
All right, well, whatever. It doesn't matter. Okay, so Hill, check this out. I got the Dreamtime card and it says creation.
Oh.
To me, that is a massive, massive positive validation for you.
Mhm.
Like keep creating your life. That's what your grandparents have always wanted for you. And I see them standing next to each other. Okay. They're standing next to each other. They're like right over here, standing next to each other. And they're like talking about, they're telling me about how you are extraordinary. And you're one of those people that decides to do something and then they do it. Like
Mhm.
some people say, I'd like to do this, and then they never do it. You're
Mhm.
one of those people that has the ability to make things happen. And
Mhm.
that's what they've always loved about you. Even when you were a child, that's what they're saying. Even when you were a child, Hill, right? You would just decide that something was going to happen and then it happened. So that's the message I'm getting for you. Are you
Thank
getting
you.
anything,
Thank you.
Cheryl?
Now, I'm gonna let you take that one, Lauri, because that was lovely. I loved everything. I just felt so much love from his grandparents, and thank you so much for being on the show tonight, Hill. That was a wonderful reading, Lauri.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Good, good. I'm going to pick one. I have Maria Camp over here on Instagram. It says, we signed an agreement last night on a house, and tonight the realtor called and said the seller got a higher bid and they accepted it. So disappointed. Do you see us finding another home? And if so, when? I believe, or when she tried to finish the sentence. Where? Thank you. There it is, Maria. Look, I felt you are not supposed to have that home. And that was
Mhm.
as soon as I read this, without even thinking, giving it a moment's thought, you are not supposed to have that home for whatever reason. It may have been the perfect home, um, visually in some way for you, but
Yeah.
I'm hearing it's almost I just feel like something later is coming for
Mhm.
you, and that certainly wasn't meant for you. Whatever reason that is. I do feel you find a home farther north from where you are now or where this home was. It doesn't have to be far away, but I did hear north of where you are. I do feel also the word soon happening. Maybe even in another month, this might happen. I do feel, Maria, you're very intuitive, like you've been working hard with your guides and angels or working with them to find the right house. And I almost feel like, yes, they're listening and it's coming. Like there's another one coming, but this just wasn't it.
Yeah.
It feels like where you are, though, also, if I may say, does feel like houses go fast. And that may be a lot of places in our country right now, but I did feel like you must be in an area where they go really fast. But please don't give hope. And I know it's so disappointing. You're just planning on that, that yes, and then something happens at the 11th hour. But I do feel there'll be something wonderful about this new home. Like the new home you buy may have a bigger backyard or more land or, something that you're not getting right now,
Yeah.
or something a little bit to more of your liking. And Lori, did you want to pick up from that? Are you getting
Um,
anything or what are you?
Interestingly, I had the same experience as you did. Like before I even finished reading the first line, I was like, "Oh, she's not supposed to have that house."
Uh,
It feels not that
Great.
it was dark or negative, but it just didn't feel right, right?
Mhm.
So I pulled a card. I pulled
Oh,
an
good.
empowerment card for you,
Oh, yum.
and I got the love card.
Mm,
Okay. And let me tell you what it says. It says, listen to your heart. Okay. And then it
mm,
says, embrace what makes you happy.
yeah.
These are 1 million reasons to love. There are one, there are 1 million reasons to love. And what this is telling me is hold out for something that you love.
Mm,
I feel like that you were sort of in a pickle, like, because I think I read that you sold your house, but the other one is there. It's coming to you. Keep the faith.
mhm,
Know,
mhm, mhm,
know, know
mhm.
that it's coming. Okay. So best of luck. Report back, Maria.
Yeah, she says thank you. Okay, great. Thank you. And then Lori,
Yep.
do you see someone in
Well,
your columns of comments and your many
interestingly,
comments?
so I have a friend that's on here. Her name is Karen, and she's here.
Hi,
Hi, Karen.
Karen.
And she wrote this. We have this new dog that has come into our lives 8 weeks ago. I know that we were spiritually drawn to each other, but I can't figure out why. It doesn't quite feel right. Um, I would love your thought on that.
Okay, I have to read the
What are your
question.
thoughts?
We have this new dog has come into our life 8 weeks ago. Mhm. Mm. Well, I do feel there's a lot of healing happening between you and this dog. I do feel in some way, this dog rescued you in a past life. I don't know why I feel a soulmate connection. Without even hearing the rest of the reading, the question, I mean, when Lori was reading it, I felt, oh, this is a soulmate connection coming through for the two of you. And I do feel meaning that there's a bond happening. And I do feel it is about getting used to it and getting to know one another, but I just feel this, tremendous closeness coming, and as I mentioned, a bond happening. So it doesn't quite feel right, maybe because it's not maybe the way you planned it or expected it or something along those lines. But I do feel there is a way for that God spark to get in, that the synchronicity to work for you. So no mistakes here, no mistakes. Always go ahead, Lori. What
You know
are
what?
you gonna pull a card?
I was just gonna let
Yeah,
you do that, but for some reason, Spirit
yeah,
is saying, pull a card, pull a card. Okay, so
please.
Karen, this is for you and your pup.
Aw,
I love that. Okay. I'm using my Earth Magic deck tonight, which is great. Oh, wow. Okay. Interesting. So I pulled the
oh,
whale card and it says
well,
breach. Okay. It feels like things are moving a little backwards. It feels like that things are like when whales breach, it's like they're going the opposite way, right? And interestingly, the other thing about when whales breach, they're trying to get the junk off of their, like, what are those called? Barnacles?
mhm,
Barnacles. I
mhm,
think it's barnacles. They're
yeah,
they're trying to get the barnacles off of them that kind of are, happening. So what that, stick to them, I guess. What I'm getting about that is that it's going to take some time for this animal, this dog, to get used to having you, because I feel like that I feel like that the dog is used to another way of living. I feel like that it
mhm,
had a life somewhere before. I don't know,
mhm,
but I feel like that it had a life somewhere before, and now it's with you, and it's like, oh, this is a brand new thing. I have to sort of release, like the dog needs to sort of release those ways of being, right?
mhm.
They had, just full disclosure, she's a friend of mine.
Oh,
Had
isn't she
she had two dogs, and
okay.
the one passed away, and
Mhm,
she says she's still grieving Bailey. Of course,
mhm,
absolutely. This is not Bailey. This is a whole new friend,
mhm,
right? So you kind of have to look at it in terms of that, and just keep sending love. Just keep sending love to the dog.
mhm,
And yeah, it's going to be a beautiful relationship once everybody gets to know each other,
mhm.
because everybody, all animals have different personalities, you know?
And they're
So,
amazing teachers, right? And they're teaching us, they're always teaching not only you, but everyone on the call tonight, to love their animals and realize that they know what's going on with you. They may know you're grieving, right?
yeah,
They are being sensitive to your needs, even though
yeah,
maybe we expect something else. But I do feel a loving relationship, as Lori said. So good
yeah.
on you.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Your turn.
I do want to take a question. This is a health question.
Oh,
And I just can only say I'm answering this intuitively, right? We always have to say that we're not medical doctors here, but intuitively. So Autumn Sunrise 19. Hi, Autumn. I had 2 seizures this weekend, the first time ever. All scans were normal. Is there anything you all can pick up as to why? Look up, there's so many crazy things happening with the earth and the planet. So intuitively, and these are mini readings, right? These are just 1 or 2 sentences. So there may be more there. I'll ask Lori if she picks up on anything or she can pull a card, however you feel, Lori. But I felt number 1, stress. Number 2, dehydration. Now, that's just 2 things. Now, there could be 5 more things, I'm not sure, but just intuitively, right off the bat, I felt stress and, like, not having enough time for yourself. Uh, I felt dehydrated or running on empty, that type of feeling where, we're running low. We How long
mhm,
can we maintain that?
mhm.
We're like we're running on our reserves. So I'm gonna leave it there, and, if you wanna respond, Autumn Sunrise 19. But Lori, what are you getting?
Actually, I was getting kind of the same thing. I'm feeling stressed, but However, I'm also feeling like, I'm feeling that it would be a really good idea for you to do some sort of cleanse, and I don't mean a big old dramatic, you're sitting in the bathroom for like days kind of cleanse. It doesn't have to be like that. I feel like that it could be a spiritual cleanse, and as well as a physical cleanse, if that makes any sense. I feel like that you getting into meditation, Autumn Sunrise 19, I don't know if you meditate, but I feel like that meditation and grounding, which is, I don't mean to be all, this is the theme of the show, so we need to talk about it. But that's how I'm feeling. I'm feeling like that getting outside and grounding. I knew I was supposed to say this to somebody tonight, and it's you I'm supposed to say it to. It's if it's raining near you, and it doesn't have to be pouring, go outside and allow, this is going to sound strange, but this is a way to ground, to connect you to the earth. Just allow the raindrops to come down on you for a little bit. It doesn't have to be for like an hour, right? But just allow the rain from above coming down onto you and allowing you to feel the connection with all of that above, and then the rain dripping off and going into the earth. I feel like I want to tell you that releasing. That's why I'm talking about a cleanse, but it could be a spiritual cleanse too, just start to release that which does not serve you. It could be relationships, it could be food, it could be caffeine, it could be whatever. Start to think about what would be good for you to stop doing in your life. Is it a relationship? I don't know, so somewhere along those lines. Think about all that kind of stuff is what I feel like
and Autumn Sunrise 19, I'm so happy that you found out that you're a healer, and you definitely need to ground ourselves, I'm so glad, because this is our show tonight. It's about, the art of grounding, and practicing that inner beingness, and letting all of this mind chatter, so to speak, when we can get in our heads a lot or what have you, sometimes we put so much on ourselves, and we have to learn how to kind of come back home, right? Come back home to that inner healer that you are. And there's so much love there waiting for you, I know. So this may be a big shift for you, right? On your path to say, hey, let's look at, let's relook and reevaluate, right? My health, or where I need to be in my life, and what you do know for sure. And I'm so happy you're on the call, because that tells us how sensitive you are, and you're most likely an empath, right, Lauri? So you're very, very sensitive, very sensitive. And that's a superpower when we realize that we can embrace that. But we do have to take care of ourselves, right? We have to take care of ourselves, even more so,
Yes. She said, I put the amethyst bracelet and black tourmaline bracelet, and I instantly felt better. So
it's good.
Yeah.
Glad.
Yes.
Oh, well, good for you. Thank you for writing in. And I'm sure the power of those stones, if you can be that sensitive and feel that, so that just confirms, right, how sensitive you are.
Yeah.
So thank you for that. And we do have time for more questions. Lauri, do you see someone over on your?
Yes. Trish, who has been with us from the beginning, you go girl, says, I would love insight into direction for my current relationship. You know what? It's so funny, because I used to really hate talking about people's relationships. Like, I would get that question and I would be like, oh man, no, don't ask me about that, and the reason for that is, but it's turned around, and I actually love getting that question now, because I get to talk about what I'm going to talk about, right? There's a way to look at relationships. you know, I've been married for, oh God, I don't even know how long, like 32 years, something along those
Oh,
lines, right? A long time. It's been a long time, whatever it is. But you know, every relationship, whether it's even with your children or your friends or whatever, they go through ups and downs, right? Things happen, right? You have to choose.
Mhm.
Choose what you want,
Mhm.
you know? And if you, I mean, because you can choose, as long as you choose, we have free will in this world. We have free will. We can choose whatever we want, you know? So what is your gut telling you? What is your gut really telling you? Learn to listen to your gut. We have the ability to choose. Years and years ago, we were going through a little rough patch. It wasn't dramatic, but it was, you know, a little rough patch, you know. And I remember hearing that concept, choose
Mm.
and make it your choice, you know? And I thought, you know what? That's exactly what I'm going to do. And so I chose my husband. And I wouldn't say it instantaneously got better, but it was fantastic. I mean, it got a lot better, you know, because I chose him. And when you choose somebody, then it goes back to the place of love, right? I'm going to pull this card on you again, right? You know, it's just a matter of choosing it. And guess what? You can even, if you choose your partner, you can even later on unchoose them. Is that even a word? I don't know if that's a word, but you can unchoose them later if you'd like as well, you know? But the bottom line is listen to your gut, you
Mhm.
know? Listen to your, and I know Trish, I mean, based on what I read in the comments, I don't know you, but I think you're an intuitive of some sort. Go into your solar plexus. Go into your solar
Mhm.
plexus. Just listen.
Mhm.
Listen to your gut. So that's what I'm going to say. Anything?
Thank
Do
you.
you have anything for that?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I do feel that Trish is, I do feel Trish definitely needs some time because I do feel, Trish, you've been thinking about this for a while. I want to tell you, I believe you're either going through a transformative time in your life or a spiritual growth. Like something's happening with you where things are changing and shifting. And I don't know if the answer is right in front of you right now. And that's why you're asking us the question because you're not sure.
Yeah.
And I think that's perfectly fine where you are because sometimes it does get foggy when we're going through stuff, right, Lauri? We don't know where we are sometimes when we're going through a transformative, elevated next level soul space. And I
Yes.
think that's perfectly okay. I think it's important for you to hold the light for yourself right now
Yes.
and to hold the prayer for yourself right now, Light Lori, and realize that, the answers may not come overnight or that easy, but they will come and you will continue to love yourself tomorrow and they will come. It's like we live our way into the answer, but the important part is the breath and being at home in your soul and your beingness and loving yourself for not knowing the answer really. We have to know that we don't know sometimes, right? And that's perfectly, absolutely where spirit wants you to be because they're working with you behind the scenes, right? So it's not yet. Not yet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, much love to you, Trish.
Thank
Much
you.
love. Much love.
That was a lovely question too. I mean, our hearts go out to you. I know it's not easy, and it is a work or an effort, and you know, but I think that was a great question that we could help you with.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we hope to hear from you again on next week's show or a future show, and let us know how you're doing.
Yes. Please let us know.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's always good to know how things are, because
There, but just like Autumn Sunrise 19, I mean, like everyone's where they are
yeah.
because everyone is almost being touched by this higher light or this higher frequency, higher vibration that's saying, look here now, look in your heart more, look inside more, take another moment.
Yeah.
Well, it's a
And
great
can I just
show. Yeah,
mention one other little thing?
sure.
I'm getting a 2 weeks. I don't know
Mhm.
what that means, okay, obviously. Hopefully you do. I'm feeling like a 2-week window. Like, I'm seeing that, like, things are going to, like, you say things are shifting. I'm seeing 2 weeks, and I don't know what that means about. I don't know if that's how long it's gonna take you to sort of decide what to do and that sort of thing, but I just wanted to throw that out to you. I'm seeing a 2-week
Oh,
something.
I love it. I love it that you put a timeline on it or a time on it. That helps. That kinda helps ground it, I think, it really does. You're
Yeah,
welcome.
yeah.
Okay, good. Well, let's take a moment, if I can, just to express, Lori, how much we appreciate you being on the show with us tonight. And I do want to share your upcoming events with everyone, and I want you to tell them about your website. I know that you're at laurialbert.com, and that's Lauri. So laurialbert.com. I know people can find out all about you on your website, but tell us some of your events happening.
Well, first of all, anybody who is interested in just kind of maybe dipping their toe in the water of if you think you might have mediumship or psychic tendencies or even empathic tendencies, I'm doing
Mm,
a 4-week development
mhm.
circle, and the cool thing about this is it's 4 Saturdays from 10 to 12 Pacific time, and you can come to one or all four. They're all going to be individual, and they're only $25 each. So basically what I'm going to do is just for beginners and intermediate people, if you'd like to just come, and I'm going to be teaching a little bit. We're going to do some exercises, that sort of thing. And it's just going to be 4 weeks of kind of allowing you to start to understand what your gifts might be, because a lot can unfold in 4 weeks. I promise you that, but yeah, so I just wanted to throw that out there. The other thing is that I have sort of reimagined, and I said this before, but I've reimagined my empowerment coaching, and I do one-on-one development courses, spiritual development courses. But I also am doing what I call empowerment coaching, but it's kind of like spiritual life coaching. And so it's basically me and spirit um, life coaching, and it's so extraordinary.
Mhm.
The people that I've been doing this with over the last several years have experienced some incredible transformations. And yeah, and so I just decided to sort of reimagine that, because it was all under one umbrella for a while, but now it's like I've created it 2 different situations. So that's exciting. And then on Monday nights, I do my podcast. I do it live. It's called Conversations with Spirit. And I try to go live on Instagram. That's always a crapshoot, but it's on my YouTube channel or my Facebook channel and all of that stuff. And I do that in conjunction with evolveme.com, which is a spiritual community. So thank you for asking.
Oh, I love it, and I'm so glad you're on the show tonight, Lori, and, if I could just, share another event of mine coming up. So, I have my energy transformation sessions tomorrow, but you can sign up tonight if you wish and, find out more about it on my website. Thanks, Brianna, for posting that link. But you can go to my website at mediumcheryl.com. It's right there. Also, I have a Circle of Love small group reading event happening later this month in March. It's March 28th. I'd love to see you there. It's a small group of 6 or 8 people. Love to see you. Everybody gets a reading. And then I do those monthly. So if you can't make it this month, please sign up for one in a future month at a future time, because I love it. I always feel the exact people come together, right? The right people come together for the right readings at the right time, and it's really does bring us closer together to the spirit world. And the messages are beautiful that they bring through. But I just want to thank all of you for being with us tonight. Look, we have this wonderful platform. It's called Seeing Beyond Living Transformed. It's the name of our show. You can sign up for our mailing list at seeingbeyondradio.com. Make sure you sign up for Lauri Albert's newsletter, laurialbert.com. And then mine is mediumcheryl.com. We want to thank all of you for being with us tonight. We want to say sorry for the Facebook techie issues, but I guess Facebook has been very touchy lately. And then lastly, we want to say, Kelley, we miss you. We hope you're having fun. She's out traveling the world, as we know, but she'll be back with us next week. But Lauri, you have been such a great co-host to have. You've really, thank you for sharing all of your wisdom and your gifts and sharing the time you have to offer these readings for everyone. So thank you. And thank you to everyone who's following you on your list. And we hope to have you back real soon, Lauri. Maybe we'll have you back with Kelley.
Yay!
And then we can all do another show together. That would be
That'd
great.
be great. Awesome. Thank you so much. You're such a joy to be around. And Cheryl, I just you're such a light in this world, and I just appreciate who you are. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Lauri. And thank you. It makes me feel great, makes my heart warm. Thank you all for coming, and namaste to everyone. Have a beautiful evening. We'll see you back here next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. All right. Namaste.